Hi everyone, it's Daisy. Our exercise today is on Java. This is a character from Star Wars, and I think it's an excellent exercise in doing overlaps and creating multiple layers on any character. There's a lot to learn in the drawing portion, and in terms of the coloring, our technique is going to be to create depth and dimension by using a multitude of colors. So stay with me, and we'll get this done. Hi everybody, it's Daisy and we are back again for another lesson. This one targets basic drawing as well as getting ready because the topic is universal. It's from Star Wars. We are going to draw Jawa with his robot on the side. We felt that it would be fun for the kids to kind of work on this one. So let's get started. The Jawa first off. Remember, these were engineers, but they were always had a lot of artillery on them. First step is your circle for the face where the hood is, and what you can do is you can create almost like a crease. So that means to say we are going to create like a little bit of a fabric to this side, and as I get over I'm going to go for a point for his hat. Then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to add another layer of fabric. Stop it right there and carry on this line like so. Make it come over as a curve, but then also go up as a point. The eyes will be shown, the right eye closer to the side of the face, just circles, and the left eye a little bit further away, right there. He wears artillery on his body, so we're going to work on that first. So we're going to do small strokes coming out from the nook of his neck. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you stop the fourth one, you should be to the edge of the face right there. You're going to turn these nooks into boxes. Each box represents a little pouch that they carry all their gear in when they're out in the desert, protecting, watching, and all the rest of it. Next, you're going to have a shorter line a little bit below the middle in each and every one of them, and you're going to extend these up. Now, to make sure that it looks like it's got some kind of a pouch effect, I'm going to give it the button on the top, and we are also going to create the bottom. So line, angle down, create a straight line. Come back and angle to the corner. Out and connect and out and down. Out and connect and down. So it feels more three-dimensional when we do this. What does it connect to? It connects to a belt. So from his shoulder, a belt right there, and this belt can be seen between every one of these pouches. And coming to the other side, this is where it should sort of end for us, right there. Now coming in from the opposite side is another belt that crisscrosses under. So coming in from the nape of his neck, and we're going to bring like this, and then we're going to create a series of dashes here, a total of 2. 1, 2, turn these into boxes again, just like we did the last time. Smaller lines. Remember that each box needs a flap so that it looks like it can be opened to get whatever's on the inside of it. Diagonal lines to create a three-dimensional effect. Diagonal lines, three-dimensional effect. And let the belt come to connect to the pouch. And the belt comes to connect to the pouch. Now at this point we've created the crisscross, and you can add to this his arm. So from the edge of the belt here, come outward, drop the shoulder to it, connect. From under, you're going to create their robes that they wear. It's like rust orange in color. That's what we get. Now, coming over here, we have their arm. Bend around. This gives fabric joints. And over here is the hand that comes out. Make like a J here for the fingers, and on the other side have the thumb coming out, and you can connect this up like so, and we can have the rest of the fingers you can't really see, so we could create a few more curves and we could connect it. So now you have a full hand, and you can close the opening of the sleeve around the hand, and there you go. So we have this much. Now for the other hand, it's holding a remote on this side right here. So the second box, come up here, so 3 lines to divide it, and getting into it is the remote in his hand. So we're going to put the remote. And the sleeve of the hand coming around, and we need to make this first because it goes over the belt, and we need to address that. Then the bottom from this hand, this is where his elbow is going to be, so we're going to bring the sleeve to connect and the sleeve to connect. This goes up to connect to his shoulder right here, and we have fabric folds. We have fabric folds. We have right in here. Now we have the overlap fabric coming in. So he wears like a gown sort of a thing. And right, we need to finish our belt first before we do anything else. So the belt keeps on coming, and it goes to the side right here under his hand, right over here. Connected to this is his, it's like a weapon, but I can't really tell which one. So attach to this a pouch, and you're going to attach into the pouch a weapon. Go straight, The process of creating characters is a big thing nowadays. It's required by a lot of companies, game designers and whatnots. They all require that people with the skill to design new unique characters. And drawing this guy Jawa, I mean, there was no such thing as a Jawa up until the time that it was not created to Star Wars. So there's a lot of things that get created nowadays. And if you're wondering how far can art actually provide a career to you, yes, it can. There are, you have to be very good at what you do. And yes, there is scope for you to get a job in the art field, working for maybe a big movie concern, or close this up. And there are the crossed up belts, and I want to give one more fold right about here, this one, and I want to give another fold that kind of comes in here, right there. So this completes the drawing of our Java. And we are going to now move into, so if you wanted to know the face, where would the face itself be? The face is actually right about here. So it's hiding inside the hood. The whole size of the opening of the hood was not the entire face. It's pushed back. He works alongside a robot. It looks like a box of some sort. So we're going to make him next. Now the robot is about this big. It's not taller than the Java. So you want to plan for those things and you want to get them done. So let's go then. So we have first line, stop for a minute, and then carry the line on. Create a corner line coming down, one, and create another corner line to the back. Make them both about the same size. And the next one is going downward. Skinny line here, and I'm going to make a second one again. So one more time, curve and take it across, put a second skinny line right under it, right there, and you have got a connection and a connection. Now under this line we bring it to a joint. One more here, one more here, and I know I have a break there. I'm going to give another one directly under this one as well, so watch out for that one. And why we gave the break is because we have got two straight lines that come down and they connect. But how do you address this? This one goes up and then it comes down like this and it closes. And we have two more lines here. Right there. Inside of, on this side is a big letter E. So we're going to create that one. And because it's on a machine, it feels like it was made almost three-dimensional. Here on the front is another box, so we're going to just draw in a box here. I try not to use a ruler because when I use a ruler, I find that it slows my process down. So I don't use a ruler on account of that. Make a second line all the way around. We can have now we want to have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to have 1, 2, and 3, and these are going to be curve lines. Curve, 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 curve. And connecting in between them is another pair of lines. These are his legs that we are making right now. And then we're going to have a wider curve line. That's the top of his boot. And a little wire that goes out from here, and it actually goes around and it gets plugged under. So I'm going to put this out. Plugged under, and around this is a socket, and now we can make the bottom of the foot, and we're going to put the shoe in next. Like this. So it's got feet. We got one wire there, then we have another leg right next to it, so we're going to have 1, 1, 2, and 3, 2, and 3, just like we did in the other one. And then inside of it, feet. And there's another pipe that goes in from here, so it comes from there. So where in Star Wars we had all these phenomenal technological kind of pieces and gadgets being made. One more thing coming over here now, guys, which is we are going to make 2 circles, starting point. Next thing, you're going to attach the circles with like a steel rope. And we're going to add 1, 2. Done. So this completes our drawing portion of everything. And now we're moving into our, and we want to create one more line, bring this eye closer to the edge of the fabric. There we go. And now we have it. So let's start with our lightest colors, of course, and I have a series of 3 different colors for my browns, this being the most neutral color, and then the darker tones, and of course I have my grays and everything. Also I have my yellows, so let's see now. Yellow eyes, moving into a darker tone of eyes. When you use 2 different colors, it gives it a feeling of dimension and depth. So you want that. A dark gray, not a light gray. This is a 70% gray, and we're going to use that on the inner fold. That way it feels like there's depth. You can't just color it black. Okay, so the next thing that I want to be able to do is I want some bright areas on my robe. So first off, I'm going to just draw them in based on my reference picture. I'm coloring in all my bright areas first. So then I'll go in with my medium tone. So I've got this, then I've got Go to my brown. Always trace around your areas that you want to color so that you know exactly where you want to go with them. Using light and dark shades helps to bring in a level of dimension and interest to the composition. When you stick with just one color, it becomes a little bit mundane. Switching over to the skinny side. You can break this video into a few sections because I guess don't want to rush the actual coloring of it, but it should not stop you from rewinding and moving the video to your pace, or breaking it into over a period of 2 days and just kind of sticking with it. Going back to my dark gray, and I would color this part of my glove with a dark gray and the rest of it with black. In essence, they do wear black gloves, however we can't see most of what the stuff that they have on, or in the light when it reflects on a subject, it tends to make it lighter or darker. Now I'm again going to put more ink on the darker sides so I can give a dual tone effect. So with markers, you don't have to always find different colored markers. You can get a darker tone by adding more layers. So I'm going to add one layer to these. I'm going to bring in some black for the darkest parts that I can see. So enhance the face a little bit more, make it look really, really dark and deep. And I'm going to give some darknesses around these areas. So if you really want to make your art pop, don't be satisfied with just a little bit of color here or there. You really do need to put in a lot more. So we end up getting a character such as this. Now we're going to go for our 30% gray, and we're going to add in some values on our equipment and gear. Let's not forget the yellow buttons on the there we go. Okay with that one. And next thing, we're going to first put in our medium tone 30% gray 70% and this one is 70. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the entire box here in a gray tone versus trying to make anything else happen. I'm just going to color the whole thing in with gray. After I color this whole thing down in the lightest of grays that I have, then I'll get back in with a deeper tone and I'll apply all the shade values. Moving into my grays. Okay, and then we're going to put gray here, here, here. And then we're going to have here and here. Here. And that's how you would color down your robot. And we're done for the most part of it. Just want to add some depth into this part here. Cannot have it just with one color, and the inside should be darker. There we go. And this is our project on the Java and the robots that move around with it. Hope you can give it a try. See how you like it. There's a lot of difficulties in it, and it is not, and at the same point it's kind of enjoyable. So look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching.